Julian! Ice!
He had never really played receiver, but he was a football player. And when the ball was in his hands, great things happened. The problem was, it was hard to get the ball in his hands.
No lean, and then bow. Straight up and bow, okay? When you lean, all you're doing is you're giving that safety leverage.
We all knew that Tom was a perfectionist and demanded a lot.
You know what I'm saying? You don't want to lean on him.
And we warned Julian of that ahead of time. And Tom spent a lot of off seasons in Los Angeles, and Julian would always just follow him around. Not hanging out with him, but just in the chance that Tom would call and say, do you want to throw?
If Tom asked Julian to be on the moon with 2 footballs, Julian would be there as soon as, whenever Tom said.
I just wanted to be in an environment around him and let him know I was available at all times.
Several summers in LA allowed him to inch closer to Brady. But after a promising rookie year, he caught just 32 passes over the next 3 seasons.
Julian Edelman probably was almost cut more often than any player that I've ever coached.
I mean, I felt like I was getting cut until probably like my 4th year.
Nobody was looking to get Wes off the field, so how many slot receivers can you play? And Jules was still developing as a receiver.
I can remember Bill bringing me into his office in 2011 and said, hey, you're on a crossroads of your career. I always knew I was on eggshells.
His wide receiver job was hanging by a thread. That thread was his willingness to play any other position.
When he played defense, that was one of my favorite parts of his career.
Was that Edelman on the
Yeah, it was Edelman.
Yeah. This kid's become a jack of all trades for them.
He might have not gotten into the rotation yet offensively, but he was helping us win in his early years in the kicking game.
He's in midfield at the 40, the 30.
You could help us win on 4th down. Bill was going to find a way to keep you active.
Hey, Edelman! Yes! He's our best runner back there.
When Wes Welker left New England in the spring of 2013, Edelman hoped he'd finally become the starting slot receiver. But the Patriots had other plans.
We still, at that point, didn't know if he was going to be the answer to Wes Welker leaving.
And I was hurt. And I get 4 years of my life. I did everything Coach said. And then
Danny Amendola, the former Rams receiver, has agreed to a 5-year deal with the Patriots. It's $31 million, which is really a lot for a slot receiver.
I'm not gonna lie, I was pissed off. I was like, dude, you come taking my keys as a Cadillac, dog? What's going on? I'm over here on a minimum deal. This guy's getting 34 mil.
I knew Julian was going to be a little bit hurt about it, but it didn't take long for us to realize we could do some damage together.
Looking back on it, I had nothing. I did nothing in the league. But as a kid, as a young guy, experiencing that for the first time, I was like, Belichick, the Patriots, I hate everyone here. How are you going to do this to me? I took a visit to the New York Giants, and they offered me a contract.
We were out in Los Angeles together, and it would have been heartbreaking to see him leave because he was just coming into his own.
I remember sitting there on the couch in LA, and he was in tears.
I know how hard it is for receivers to gain the trust of Tom Brady, and we had a connection. If I'm going to go out and sign a 1-year deal, do I want to go sign a 1-year deal with a completely new team that knows nothing about me? Ultimately decided, I'd sign a 1-year deal.